Real Madrid player ratings versus Man City. Los Blancos don't know when they're beaten. Jude Bellingham and Brahim Diaz complete late turnaround as Kylian Mbappe also leaves his mark on Champions League thriller. The Englishman and the former City Academy graduate grabbed late goals to produce yet another remarkable European turnaround. A late winner from Jude Bellingham concluded a hectic game that also saw Kylian Mbappe and Brahim Diaz find the net as Real Madrid came from behind twice to beat Manchester City 3-2 in the first leg of their Champions League playoff tie. The England midfielder found the net in the 93rd minute to complete an unlikely, but ever so predictable comeback. Los Blancos should have taken the lead inside 10 minutes when Mbappe found Ferland Mendy in front of goal, but the left-back squandered his shot from close range. He was made to pay soon after, too, as Erling Haaland swept a Joško Gvardiol layoff into the far corner to give City a 1-0 lead. Mbappe had a good chance of his own on the stroke of halftime, but swept his shot over the bar despite being in acres of space in the box. Bellingham had a good chance early in the second half, heading wide after some individual inspiration from Vinicius Jr., before Mbappe found the equalizer, as he scuffed a volley into the far corner from a Dani Ceballos cross. Bellingham should have made it 2-1 soon after, only to be denied by a save from Ederson. They were made to pay after 80 minutes, when Ceballos clipped Phil Foden in the box, and Haaland made no mistake from the penalty spot. There was another twist, though, as Brahim steered home a late equalizer after an Ederson blunder before Bellingham latched onto Vinicius' weak effort to score the winner in stoppage time. Man City player ratings versus Real Madrid. Another late collapse as Ederson and Rico Lewis errors condemn Pep Guardiola's side to damaging Champions League defeat. Rating the Manchester City players from their Champions League playoff first leg with Real Madrid. Manchester City were at their very best and very worst as they twice took the lead but ultimately fell to a 3-2 defeat by Real Madrid to leave their Champions League hopes hanging by a thread. It was all going so well when Erling Haaland dispatched a penalty in the 80th minute to restore City's advantage after a fluky Kylian Mbappe strike had cancelled out the Norwegians' opener. But just when it looked as though Pep Guardiola's side were heading to the Spanish capital with the ideal advantage, they were haunted by a familiar inability to see out a game and conceded twice in the final 5 minutes. Former City Academy graduate Brahim Diaz leveled after sloppy goalkeeping from Ederson, and then Jude Bellingham took advantage of a huge lapse of concentration in the City defense to snatch a 91st minute winner. Before kickoff, City fans mocked Vinicius Jr. for losing out to Rodri in the race for the Ballon d'Or and throwing his toys out of the pram. The Brazilian looked fired up and provoked a foul from Ederson, which would have resulted in a penalty had he not been offside. Vinicius then had a shot deflected off the bar in a rampant start from the visitors. But it was City who took the lead after a tremendous move which saw Joško Gvardiol play a long floor pass to Haaland, who expertly held the ball up and found Jack Grealish. Gvardiol then appeared in the box to chest Grealish's paw towards Haaland, and the Norwegian fired past Thibaut Courtois. The goal survived an interminable VAR check for offside, and City then came close to doubling their lead when Manuel Akanji sent a glancing header off the bar. At the other end, Mbappe wasted a golden opportunity to equalize when he spooned over the bar. The Frenchman then equalized in the most bizarre circumstances, taking a wild swing at a Dani Ceballos pass and striking the ball with his shin, completely flummoxing Ederson and everyone else in the ground. City got their noses back in front when Haaland buried a penalty after Ceballos tripped Phil Foden,